Hello everybody, how are you going? And welcome back to Mini Motorways, where the last achievement for me to get once again, because they just keep releasing new maps all the way down here, is on Vancouver, but on Expert. And so I'm interested to see how difficult this will be. I mean, there's nothing crazy in terms of unzoned and everything, but man, just having to get my brain back into the fact that I can't just leave things in, it's going to be difficult when I have to just cross the harbor with bridges and tunnels and everything. Whew, this will be interesting. I mean, I guess at least to be fair, let me just check with the motorway. It does still have its clock timer, and I do have one from the get-go. So if I really need to be just playing with milliseconds, I can do it that way just from the start and not having to use a roundabout or a bridge or anything else like that. It's just nice having the wheel, the 360 wheel, just to tell exactly when things are going to be locked in, but I certainly can't be leaving it too much longer. And I also guess I don't really want to be blocking up, especially, yeah, there we go, a building right there. At least it wasn't too painfully deadly. I mean, to be honest, these guys right here, I could basically afford just to be connecting in, because there's not going to be anything better than that. I mean, I certainly hope not. I don't see how it ever could. It doesn't have anything, like I said, that's crazy like unzoned. It's practically connected directly. Oh, and that's right. Okay. Wow. I guess because there's so many options, I'll obviously take the motorway, because then I can end up with 4, which is pretty darn good. That's going to be very handy long term, and I kind of need to use one already for the blues, but for now let me just make sure that everyone just gets going and just doesn't let the entire thing pile up too much. I do have to be watching those roads. Hello, Mr. Motorway, you come over and then just save me there, and then I should be able to let them go home and then come back. I'm just going to keep a watchful eye on those whites. That road. I have to get rid of it. I hope that a couple of them have left, but at least, if nothing else, they have made it back. And just like that. Oh my goodness, I was going to say, I nearly lost the motorway already, which wouldn't have been the worst for the blues, but man, the double whammy of these guys, just, one right next door to one another, but I don't have 2 bridges immediately. I mean, I guess at the end of this week, I'm definitely going to be needing to be taking some bridges and just really starting to put some of my stuff down, surely. If this guy ever gets home, there we go. Finally, you can go back in just to keep that one down. But come on, Weekend, I need you to just spell the end for me. There we go. But my goodness, did I have a good spawn down the bottom right there. Better than the yellow, which was kind of unexpected. I didn't expect it to get much better than that, but it has just gone and done it. And so as much as tunnels and everything else looks mighty marvelous, I'm definitely going to be taking those bridges just to be starting to get people where they need to be going. And just like that, I can no longer delete these roads. I made sure that I could get rid of all of the other ones, and now with this blue spawning in here, I'm glad, because the yellows would have cut me in half, especially not having another bridge. I mean, maybe a motorway like this wouldn't be the worst idea, but at least for now, I've still got options open. And I am going to get then another motorway at the end of this week, considering this one feels like it's going to be fairly locked in, but there we go. That is now 3 in the toolkit. And so just waiting to the last second, I just need to postpone it as long as possible, just in case anything last minute comes in and has to make me change the entire design. That's what you're really hoping towards, because you can only design for randomness so much. Hello there. What are you, a light blue that is just across the river, so to say, Vancouver Harbour? Are you in? No, you're not still in, but I don't, once again, have another bridge, and so that's going to have to be another motorway for the moment, because I've only got one, and I don't know how I still only have one. I guess I've only taken one. I guess it's as simple as that, isn't it? My goodness, that's going to be the crux right here. I'm going to be using all of my motorways just for simple bridge structures. I mean, if nothing else, this guy does get to live his best life, just cruising back and forth. You ask for a job, he's got a job, no worries in the world. I do have a worry about this light blue though, considering I'm just going to have to be dumping you on there and then dumping this up and over again just to be keeping myself alive, while this week takes a very long time, because finally, there we go. That's what I've been nearly missing, but that's what I've been waiting on, to see which one required or was going to require more yellows. All right, well then, now that that is popped off, I can even have more people join in there, but then that means I can probably leave the systems as they were. At least it's 100 points. Usually the rule was don't connect anything in permanently until 100, and then no motorways until 1,000. But I feel like Vancouver's got some other plans in store for me. At least these guys are still going along. I have to make sure that I don't forget about motorway 2, but it should be okay. Everyone should just chill out. So I think it is going to be about time, and I'm going to get rid of the yellow road still in case a couple more want to be spawning a little bit closer, but the blues, that's not closer at all. I've got 2 motorways, so that's okay, but the blues are going to have to stay in, because they're getting to the point where if I leave it too long, they're just going to get a pip that it won't be able to be dealt with. The light blues, And these guys, I don't see them having anyone better. I mean, I could have grey spawning there though. Oh, it's just the unknowns and the unchangeability. But I think the light blues, surely that's going to be the best for that bridge. I don't see how a motorway is going to be needed compared to a bridge there. But I could be ever so wrong. So just like that, that is it. Hands off the mouse, just letting the motorway just lock itself in. Hopefully I didn't leave anyone that wasn't meant to be locked in. I mean, the blues are all set. These ones, I think I'm going to have to just leave them to be set. The yellows are going to have to be dealt with one way or another. But I'm still just waiting to see where more yellows spawn in. Surely there's got to be more. I mean, I've got enough, I guess. They're just not perfectly spread out how I want them to. I just want something in here just to see what it wants to eventually spawn in there. But you are going to have to just be dealt with in a nice easy fashion like that to get you a little bit away from the front door of the other one, so you don't have heaps of, if I can draw straight, heaps of congestion right at the front door. But otherwise it's as simple as that. At least it's just a couple of road tiles. Yellow, I don't have another bridge for you, but you would just be going straight up. And so for now, it's just going to have to be another motorway, which is crazy. Oh, that's pretty darn brutal up there. I mean, at least I do have the light grays down the bottom left that I could take a very long way around there, but that's just so close. Bang, 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 3 in a row, and then it will be 4. If it's a dark blue, I mean, I can't imagine it's going to be a yellow or a light blue or anything like that, just being right next door. It could be. And this has been a long week, I've just realized, so I just want to be getting rid of these guys before I forget, just because I'm still somehow waiting, but I don't want any of you guys spawning there. That would not be very helpful. Just spawn. Oh, and then I have green to deal with as well. But I just need some different spawns from you guys, just to be setting the tone. No, not there. I mean, it's not. But they're on the wrong side. If I could just have to motorway people, then sure, I'd just motorway yellow and light grey over there. But I can't do that. It's on the wrong side of light blue. Why do I want these many blues? What are you going to be doing? Why do I need this many? I've only got 3, and one of the systems is completely fine. So where are all these dark blues going to be spawning? I can only expect one there, and maybe one there, or I don't know. There we go. That's what I've been waiting on, because I didn't feel like I can actually block it up. But a light blue there is not very good. I can still skirt yellow around, so I can put them in permanently, which is fine because I've got the road tiles to do it. I can skirt them around like that just to keep them separate. But to get light blue in there, from where? I've got them over here, and that's it though. I think the only way I can really get them in is if I just do that, which isn't my favorite thing, and I don't want to put it. Oh, that's disgusting. I don't want that. How can I don't like it. I don't like it at all. That's the worst intersection, especially with that roundabout. It would just go so nicely there and fit the scheme. So if it starts to have problems, maybe I'll have to take a roundabout over a bridge, but that's just impossible. There's no way I can do that. Not with all the right side and top side and everyone still to go. So I guess they're joined in. Oh, I'm going to have to leave it like that. There's nothing I can do. Oh, and I was just about to say, I'm still bewildered by what the dark blues are possibly going to be doing down there, but apparently just enticing dark green down to their dark depths. Now, I do have a bridge, and I am prepared to use it. If nothing else, just to keep my motorways up my sleeve. I've got 41 road tiles, so that won't be a problem. But do I dare? Because that's quite a long... Ooh, okay, that changes it. Because I can't afford to be bridging for 2 people. There we go, that's pretty neat. I mean, I might just give myself a little bit more room on this end so I can have more houses hopefully spawn in. And unless I put it down the south side, just to give myself even more room. I think I'm going to have to. I just don't know which side is going to be spawning, but if I just put the road tile in there, then at least I can always break on through. It's just so hard to know where it's going to be going. But at this end, I'm pretty happy with. I'm not going to get any better without a motorway or without a roundabout onto the motorway. And then this yellow, it's a fool's gambit. I don't know what I could possibly put up there, but I'm still just waiting on more bridges, even though that's just my prerogative. I can choose however many bridges I want. Still though, with more dark blues, what have I possibly done to be deserving of so many dark blues? With 2 weekly choices remaining, that's definitely going to be the choice. But what are these guys all doing down here? I don't need you. I don't even really want you. Motorway 2 is now locked in. Wow, all of those. Wow, they locked in really quickly. I guess that's what happened. No, you are not getting locked in. I just don't know what I want to happen to you. Oh, that's unfortunate in a way. Yeah, I wish that these were on the wrong side. I mean, it would have been slightly longer, but that road would be so much better instead of taking them up and around just so I don't have too much congestion going in and out. I mean, I guess it shouldn't really matter. I generally don't try to do it, but I feel like I'm not going to be getting any stupidly high scores on this because it is expert, and it's just so difficult to be interpreting it like that. But, do I dare? Do I dare do that? No, I don't want to. I'll see how it performs, I guess. Whoa, and just like that, I went to draw on this other yellow just to give a little bit more firepower to this random motorway, but I'm out of road tiles, which I thought I had heaps, but all of a sudden I don't. And so that's going to be a big game changer if I have to start using my motorways just to make connections in general and leaving them in. That's going to be pretty deadly, especially with the last weekly choice. I mean, at least you still do accumulate road tiles, but what do I want? I'm out of bridges. I'm just going to continue to use them. I've already used 3 and I'm going to need 4 for sure. I would love a roundabout. I would love even a tunnel. Probably will eventually come in order here, but a bridge is irrefusable in a situation like this. So with more grays on the board, a random another dark blue because apparently I don't have enough just sitting around doing nothing. Who's going where long term? I mean, I feel like I just want to leave it. But to be fair, unless I'm giving that a bridge, I know that that's going to be a motorway now. Unless a couple of yellows just decide they want to come and spawn in here, which would be fantastic and lovely and simultaneously surprising and not surprising. It would be so splendid to have that happen and not have to worry about it anymore. Ooh, interesting choice down there. I mean, sadly, I did go ahead and just cut myself in half with these dark blues. I can peel them off from the other one, I guess. It's not the worst thing in the world, just like that, joined in with 8, 9 road tiles left, but that's a long way for a lot of people to be going, and so that's the main thing. On a map like this especially, you're just going to eventually run into distance problems with people spawning on the other side of the world. Ooh, I mean, at least that one isn't too bad, just straight in there with those 2 guys. They can go right ahead, be my guest. I also just had to connect in a boatload more, what is this color? Gray. Down the bottom there, somehow orange came to mind, and then you go up there. Not too bad, still in the same kind of routine of things. More greens popping in for no reason that are never, ever going to get used because I won't have it, but this guy, I don't know what to do with him. I don't know if I want to give him my last bridge or not, because if I do, then I can't make any little jumps over here or down the bottom over on the right. Ooh, I nearly lost it, but that is kind of a good sign because it may entice people. If nothing else, they're going to be closer, but it's a long-term, short-term play. At least you can go in so you don't build up, but let's just wait and see if he has more friends join him or if it's just one lone soldier. I mean, if I absolutely need to just be dragging people from anywhere, then I am prepared to, I guess, just join these bottom left ones in all the way up over light blue's line and then just do something like that if I have the road tiles to do it, which I don't currently, but if I need, excuse me, that's not what I did. Oh, well, 20 more road tiles I will do, but if I need to do that, then I'll do it. That, however, I do not need to manage. Wow. See, this is what I was wondering what might happen for this guy. But if you're just going to be trading buildings for buildings, I can take that. Ooh, you are going to be connected in though. Not the worst. But honestly, my brain can't take it. Who else is going to spawn in? I don't know who else would spawn in where. I feel like probably, I mean, I was going to say another dark blue up there, but that's just fantasizing almost at that point. But I don't know. Another green? Surely I've only got 2 greens. I've got more greens. There's one of the answers, another dark blue, just what I always wanted. Maybe I steal some bridges for that instead. I mean, I guess if I did motorway all the blues into that, it wouldn't be the worst thing, because then greens and grays and everyone else would be majorly sped up. I do need kind of more greens in there, at least more speed for them. And I don't want them to be going over the wrong line though. So I'd have to rip a lot of people off, but it probably wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. So you know what, stuff it. I've got a whole boatload of blues just lined up and ready. And as long as green survives, so I can make them survive just by coming over here. But as long as green survive, green should be sweet. I wanted to connect another one in. There we go. Everyone's connected in. Everyone should get out of each other's way. And with one bridge remaining, kind of, there we go. I'll just get my other motorway back but with one bridge, one motorway remaining, what can I possibly be doing? Ooh, a light grey right there, hey? I mean, instantly fed, so I don't have any choice in the matter, so that's fine by me to a degree. It does take a little bit of juice from this guy, but then hopefully, yeah, I've got heaps of people down the bottom left here that are just eventually able to feed Motorway 2. I mean, even better, to move Motorway 2 would be lovely. Maybe I'll leave that road in so they don't have to go past everyone, but I can also just turn you two around. Done. Lovely. How easy is that? Or this guy. Sure, all three of you. Why not? I can afford it. However, all of a sudden, both greens are back, and there's no amount of road tiles that can suddenly fix my problem. I mean, to a degree there is, because I do have the bridge, but it's just the fact that these 6 or 7 or whatever it is just cannot sustain enough traffic throughput. And do I delete the motorway? I'm over 2,000 points now, so maybe I could afford just to be leaving that in. I can't get any more than those 5 in there, though. That's the only problem. It's not going to spawn any more than that, though, is it? And so do I just give it straight door-to-door access? That would make more sense. I also need to be connecting a whole boatload of these light blues in before I forget and have that one die on me. But if you are happy and blues are all happy getting out of each other's way, then that should be all right. Is that all right? I don't know. I've got one bridge then. Is that then okay? I don't want to be taking, or I can't be taking those greens from the top left down to the bottom right. So it's going to have to be, there we go, locked in motorway 5. Wow. It's weird to be seeing 5 motorways on a map, on an expert map, because you never get it, because you never start with any. And it's still, oh, because I moved it. Oh, it hasn't locked itself in, but it didn't delete itself. It might be a little bit too late almost. Oh, that's so I was going to say unfair, but it's not unfair. But it's because I expected the motorway to move, but it can't move, and these guys just aren't going to make it in time. Oh no! Oh, after all of that, what could I possibly have done with my bridge? Nothing. I was just too slow. But look, that is going to be it. Just like that. Man, if I was to use my bridge, I don't even know where or what or why I would use it. Everything is kind of covered, and there's nowhere else for it to spawn. So right when it feels like you get it all together, it comes crumbling down on your head. Oh, damn you. Sad thing about expert mode is the fact that I couldn't not remove it, because it would have got locked in and then it would have been in the wrong spot. So either way I was stuffed. So I was just too slow on the uptake. But man, Vancouver is a big channel, harbor, bay, creek, whatever kind of terminology you want to be calling it. It's all just landlocked, waterlocked, whichever way around. And motorways are helpful, but man, do you just need more stuff.